Sorry about that. The signal got lost. But yeah, I was saying they're creating the conditions like Hitler did so that people are put into poverty, slavery, tariffs, and they're hurting the people in their own countries. They're saying that it's going to lead to good things. They're saying it's going to lead to people working together across Canada and America. But the opposite is happening. So the only place I see things changing a little bit is in Africa. And even there's huge problems. So, it's important to remember these things and that we keep looking out for the good. We keep fighting for what is right. Because, I'm not helping the One campaign because they're not helping me. I'm interested in what's happening in Canada. I'm not interested in my money going to help Africa when I myself don't have a job, I don't have an income, I'm not getting those paid flights to go to speaking opportunities. So why would I care about somebody in Africa when my own needs are not being met? And that's not being selfish, that's actually a commandment. God tells us to love our neighbor as we love ourselves. So if things are not okay here, why are billions being sent overseas? And those are the points I wanted to touch on for today. But pharmaceutical is a big, big industry. It's a big industry. And I'm glad changes are coming in where some of these companies are not going to get the support. Because most of us, including me, hardly ever got sick in Africa. We played in the dirt, we did all kinds of things, we were out in the sun, we never got skin cancers. We walked out every day, we never put sunscreen on. Here you have to wear the sunscreen because your skin gets burnt. And it's just, it's a money-making industry. That's what it is. What we eat affects our health. What we listen to affects our health. What we read affects our health. All of those things affect our health. Having a job, having an income, that also affects our health. But the governments are building systems. They're building FEMA camps. They're building camps where they can stash people until they deport them back to their countries. They're putting in all the building blocks to destroy life, not to help life to flourish, not to have good mental health, not to have stable families, not to have stable jobs. And it's discrimination. And this didn't start now. When CBC was good, the political analysts, including the ones from Montreal, I think that lady's name is Susan, they used to say that's their end game. The end game is to destabilize so that we have the very rich and the very poor, and there's no middle class. And that's what's happening. Why is it that somebody who's educated like me is not being taken into Regis College to study so that I can teach others? Why is it that I can't get into any Catholic university? And yet the Jesuits know me, all these influential priests know me. So why is it that I'm not being selected to go into teaching, to teach at universities, to teach Catholic education? Why are our Catholic institutions allowing it? If the priests themselves lose faith in Christ, what is left? What is left? You tell me. If they want to start teaching about the Muslim religion, the Hindu religion, every other religion under the sun, and Christ is losing that Christ-centeredness, what is left? Many of us who graduated from Regis don't like the way the college has become. Even that altar it doesn't even look nice when you walk into the chapel. There's hardly any space behind that altar for the priest to stand. Then the priest put a small table in the front and then they come and stand there. Does it make sense? So it doesn't make sense to me. That's why now I've been applying in Scotland, in the United States, in other places for work. But I mean, it's very, very hard. It's very hard, and I just pray God opens that door for me, that I can get into a good paid job. Because at the end of the day, you don't bring your mother to Canada to leave her in poverty. You don't bring her here, so like she doesn't even get a pension from Zimbabwe. And I won't get a pension because our companies deliberately put me into roles that were all contract. I wanted a permanent job, and I've been looking for a permanent job where I can have a pension and benefits and all the things that other people get, like at Credit Suisse and the banks and all that. They get options to go to lodges, to have discounts available. I want all those things too. God didn't call me to a life of poverty. Even Jesus had a place to rest. Jesus had his own home that he grew up in. And he had a house. They lived in houses. They didn't go and live in the bush. They stayed with people. They lived in houses. So I also want that for myself. And I'm sorry the signal cut out. The same thing happened yesterday, but I don't know why it's happening lately. Next time I'll do it on my laptop. I like to do it on my phone because it's easier. That laptop is also broken. It's all cracked. It's got big cracks right down the middle. So I do whatever I can. But, you know, people think that, oh yeah, she's fine. She's got everything. They won't even help me with that. I went through the same thing that my aunt went through. So if people don't like you, is that your fault? And the people that do like me, why aren't they helping me? Why aren't they opening doors for me to get into jobs where I can learn to teach theology, where I can work in Catholic universities? I mean, to me, it doesn't make sense. If you have somebody that has that passion for it, that wants to do it, why aren't you taking me in? Maybe I should go have an affair like Camilla and then get into a power position, and then people just say, make like, oh yeah, it's fine, we all accepted her bullshit. She's not my queen. I don't sing that God Save the King when they sing it. I don't sing it. He's a very bad role model as far as I'm concerned. How many years did he destroy her life? I have no respect for Camilla, I'm sorry. I have to respect her as the head of state for Canada, but that's it. That's where it ends. I don't give a shit about that. I don't, because they destroyed Diana's life for nothing. And that Dodi, he was a bloody prostitute. He was a rich guy with lots of money that just went around doing whatever he wanted. I don't support them and their family. No way. All these banks supporting sex work, it's prostitution. It's rubbish. And then they want to take educated women like me and put us into the worst paid jobs, pay us little as possible, not look after widows and the fatherless. It's like a Muslim country, this country.